So the strands are being drawn. Cheers, Greg. It's been a great night of racing. This is a first, 2,790 metres, the first time they've run a race from this distance. So they will jump in the back, come around to the post and have 2 laps. Tapes release and they're off. And getting a flyer was Enjoy a Nail. It's going to drive across and lead early over Maximizer, who's up on the outside into second early over Better Hanover to Cash. And then came Strapper's Orphan, a couple of lengths off then to Quietly Spoken. About 3 lengths away then to the benchmark and about 7 away to the back marker, Mr. Cool Sierre, who went around yesterday in a Group 2 race at Menangle and finished a tailed off last, but is trotting away much safely tonight and is going to almost tack on to the back of the benchmark. But it's Enjoy a Nail, who's trained by Joey Pace, who actually won that Group 2 race yesterday. And as they come towards the turn into the lane, the leader is Enjoy a Nail. He looks around Joe and sees up on the outside Maximizer pressing forward. Next on the inside is Better Hanover to Cash, and then came the bolter Strapper's Orphan, Quietly Spoken. Now the back markers are starting to pick up ground. The benchmark 3 behind Quietly Spoken, second last, and 2 away is Mr. Cool Sierre almost tacking on. It's Indian File as they leave the straight now, and they've got somewhere in the vicinity of 1,900 metres left to run. And the leader is Maximizer by a length and a half on Enjoy a Nail second. In third spot at the moment is Better Hanover to Cash, and back in fourth as they go into the back straight is Strapper's Orphan, Quietly Spoken. And then came the benchmark, and last of all is Mr. Cool Sierre. It's Indian File pattern as they run down now with 1,730 metres to go right now. And down the back the leader is Maximizer. Clear by a length and a half on Enjoy a Nail, Better Hanover to Cash, no change. Back in fourth, Strapper's Orphan. Fifth as they head down the back straight was Quietly Spoken. Might be a little bit of cat and mouse going on with a few of these running in the midfield because they're waiting on the favourites to move, and they are the benchmark and Mr. Cool Sierre. They're still second last and last respectively. The lead time was 1:33.2 as they come down with 1,300 metres left to go. It's Maximizer the leader. She leads out by a length and a half on Enjoy a Nail, Better Hanover to Cash, and then Strapper's Orphan, followed by Quietly Spoken. I sound like a broken record because there's still no change. Then the benchmark, and Mr. Cool Sierra is at the tail of the field. That's the order down the straight. We're about to see a change come over the race. We're up on the outside now, coming one off the inside as Quietly Spoken. The benchmark gets its back, but the leader is Maximizer. Barnes had a look around to size up the opposition. Hard on his back is Enjoy a Nail. Away from the inside is Better Hanover to Cash, and then came Strapper's Orphan. Next of all on the outside as they work into the back straight was Quietly Spoken, the benchmark, and Mr. Cool Sierra's last. First quarter of the last mile was 31.9, and at the 800 metres the second split goes up as 30 and 6, 62.5 for the half. And the leader is Maximizer, pretty much looking to try and lead all the way. Second is Enjoy a Nail, Better Hanover to Cash is lurking in behind those, and then came Quietly Spoken. Strapper's Orphan's gone. The benchmark comes up 3 deep, and it's going to be tagged every step of the way by Mr. Cool Sierre. Maximizer led. He hasn't gone for it yet. Here's the benchmark coming up strongly. Then Enjoy a Nail, followed by Better Hanover to Cash. Mr. Cool Sierre is still about 4 lengths off the leader and going up out very wide on the track, and between runners there, but getting into trouble was Quietly Spoken when Better Hanover to Cash yielded ground. But these two come away. It's the mare on the inside, and that's Maximizer trying to stave off the challenge of the gelding on the outside. The benchmark third quarter was 29 as they straighten up. It's Maximizer on the outside, the benchmark clear of Enjoy a Nail, but it's the benchmark and Maximizer locked together. The benchmark now puts the neck in front, now starts to pull away, and the benchmark beats again Maximizer. Third Enjoy a Nail, fourth Mr. Cool Sierre, and then came back on the inside Better Hanover to Cash, Quietly Spoken, and last of all was Strapper's Orphan.